FOG Andrew here, and the coach here from Family of Gamers. Welcome, War Gamers, to an exciting, awesome, highly anticipated, a year in the making, maybe more years in the making video. We're talking about. I'm editing this, so I don't care. We're fucking talking about Kings of War. Okay? We're talking about it.
Where'd you get that book?
I got this for free.
Where?
At Adepticon last year.
I got this one for free in my
Night Stalker thing.
In the swag bag.
Yeah. With my goblins that I got last year at Adepticon.
I got my Night Stalkers, which I made for Dead Zone. But
yes.
I digress.
Well, I got the Goblin Ambush Starter set at Adepticon last year in 2024. Came with just like the Mincer Mob, the Sharp Sticks, and the Spitters, Goblin guys. So I took those. We played a game of Kings of War officially. It's been a long time.
The official first
game. We've only done one. This is literally right after the game that we played. So this is our fresh opinions here. So I took the Ambush Starter. You took, which is about 335 points for me. I kind of figured it out with what we had of your dwarves. You took.
Well, I have a dwarf mega army, so
right.
We went from there. Yes.
Right. So, and they don't have like a dwarf
starter,
ambush starter to kind of match up. So I just did 335 points. You took the organ gun, the Iron Watch, and then like the hammer guys,
the shield breakers.
Shield breakers. So, we played quick game, Kings of War, pretty quick. But of course, we did a very small game. We only had 3 units each.
Right.
No independent leaders or anybody like that. Didn't care about anything. Just took whatever's in the ambush starter, and we just kill each other.
Nobody had no spells, no magic, no. Just straight up.
No.
2 shooting units. I had 2 shooting units. You had 1 shooting unit.
Yes.
You had 2 melee guys. I had 1 melee guy.
Yes. So. Who wants to go first on opinions?
You can go first.
Okay. There are 2 things that I don't like in games. Morale / nerve,
okay,
and asking you, the opponent, what I have to hit you on.
Right.
So, like, I hate in like games like Clash of Steel, Flames of War, stuff like that, where it's like, oh, okay, so what's your defense? Like, I have to ask you. I just want to look and roll. Okay, I know I gotta hit this. It's a pet peeve of mine. I don't like that. Nerve and morale, I've never liked in any games. I don't think it I just never have liked that at all. I've yet to play Baron's War. I know you don't mind it in Baron's War, but for me, I have yet to play Baron's War, and that has a lot of morale stuff. In this, they kind of mix the nerve and dying together as one.
Wounds.
I think it works perfectly, a lot better than I thought it would.
Really?
Okay, because
that's saying something, because you've always like if you roll the nerve test in other games or similar games and whatever, and the guys hightail it out of you, you used to flip out.
Right.
You're like...
Yeah, I hated that. But in this, it's like you have your wavering and your routing number, but then if you get to your wavering, you start to slow down, and you get to your... and then if you get to your routing, then that's when you're off the board. Now, that could either mean they die, or that could either mean that they... leave, like they're leaving thematically,
Right.
So what I do like is I like the idea of like, okay, you're putting the dice on there, you're rolling 2d6 to basically see, and then you add the damage that you've taken to your nerve, to see. I think that works a lot better than I thought. Okay. I think it's also a very different mechanic, because now you don't have nerve and wounds, you have just nerve, which counts, which is basically also your wounds. So the more damage you take, the more nervous or how much nerve you take, you get what I'm saying. I'm kind of
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. So And then, the thing with the I have to ask you what to hit on. I don't like it in any games. So I'm not really gonna let that affect what I really think of this, because that's just a part of the game. I really like this, but that being said, we have done a very small game. I don't know if I would do the massive 6x4 3,000 point game, because this was fun. This was quick. We played it in an hour as our first game of just even figuring it out.
It wasn't even an hour. It was less than an hour.
Right,
40
not even
minutes.
not even an hour of us figuring it out and playing it. Okay? So I would be willing to maybe go up to to doing the ambush stuff. I think you said like a normal ambush game is 1,000 points.
Right.
I wouldn't mind doing 1,000, but 2,000, 3,000, all that stuff, I don't know if I would want to do that.
Also, I want to do the bigger game. We do like the true 1,000 points.
Yeah.
I think we got to work on our cover and stuff a little bit more. Work on the terrain a little bit more to get it in there. I think if you're doing say the 2,000 point game, I've seen a bunch of battle reports, and I've seen we go to Adepticon, and I see the tables and stuff. There's only so many units, so maybe 6 or 7 units, but I think when you get into 2,000, the guys are stronger. So let's just say you're not taking this one set of goblins. You're taking that big
right. You're not taking you're not taking a troop. You're taking a regiment.
Right.
Or you're taking a legion.
Like a
whatever.
big 5 legions.
Right.
So you think about it, it scales up, but it's basically the same difference. Just that there's more. Probably the nerve is a lot higher.
Right.
So the legion's nerve is probably with that.
I get it. I get that, but I don't want to do a bigger game. I still don't want to do a bigger game.
But I like to do a bigger game, but then you get that big flying eagle or whatever, or stuff like that, or like a flaming eagle, or stuff.
I get that, but I mean, how long is the Kings of War tournament at Adepticon?
It goes. I think it goes for a long time, but there's a lot of people.
Right. Okay.
So there's more.
But that's a lot of people playing at the same time.
But it's a lot more people. Therefore, a lot more games are going on, and there's more of the you have more of a when you're doing the tournament. There's more brackets. So we're used to Dead Zone. There's 20 people, right? Top 8. And you do your brackets, and it's top 4 make it. When you have 100 people, the brackets are a lot longer. The games, I think the games go pretty quick.
Right, but still, what I'm saying is that if the Kings of War tournament is 12 hours and it's 5 games, well, that's
with breaks and lunch and whatever.
Right.
I think the way forward with this is this: we should do what's called we'll do a build up, where we're at 300 points now.
335.
Okay, so let's just I think you have 2 units of goblins that need to be painted and whatever. We could do those guys, and then I could scale up the dwarves to a certain point, like a slow grow type deal.
Yeah.
And then we'll get up to 600 points, maybe double.
Right.
I don't know. We'll figure out the points.
I mean,
and then move it to there, and then eventually get to the ambush. Because also,
I mean, I would definitely, honestly, at this point, I would, Adepticon is right around the corner. Honestly, I might even just say, screw it. I'll get another ambush starter, so I can now take double, right? And then because I now I have two units of sharp sticks, 2 archers, and 2 mincer mobs, which were they were great.
Yeah,
they were ridiculously good. By the way, I won the game.
Yeah. Because you cheated.
Yeah, okay.
Because he made both lists, so the mincer mobs were crazy.
Mincer mob was ridiculously good.
And then I mean, if you're familiar with King's War, you'll know. But he had what was it, almost you needed to roll a 7.
Yeah.
And I shot him.
On the
I did it on the nerve, and I shot him. I got enough wounds. He had to roll a 7, and he rolls a 6.
Yeah.
And they stayed in there, and then they ended up killing everything.
I saw the 5, and I was like, oh. And then I saw the 1. I was like, oh, okay.
Because you should have seen. He was like, oh.
Yeah.
But I maybe you get one of those. And just hear me out. Go with me. You get the big box,
The Mega Army.
because even if you don't want to play bigger games, you can play a variety of things.
Right.
You know, there are different units here. Like I have the Dwarf Mega Army. Okay. And what I did though was I did 3D print. If I don't know if you saw on these guys, because these guys are actually, this is actually not together.
Yeah.
And what I do is you print them up and you put the magnets in them.
Right.
I got a piece of tape on it because I got a little lazy. But you could do magnets, and people were telling me that's what you should do. So now you can go from an ambush thing to a legion. You put five,
Right.
six bases together, and you got it.
Right.
And also too, hobby wise, I think like the goblins will look good with some kind of crazy stuff on there. I know the dwarves. You know, I got some things in the last year in the swag bag. I got a box of Mantic terrain, fantasy terrain,
Yeah.
and there's like rune stones in it, like big rune
Right.
stones. I would put that on there. You know, maybe make some stuff like that as far as a hobby is concerned. And then I also have the ogre mega set that I bought. I get you guys actually bought it for me for my birthday. I don't know how long ago.
Yeah.
But you know, I really like the way those guys look, and I have a paint scheme in mind for those guys that I'd like to do. So we could just build everything and then just play with everything. All right, I'm going to go no sharp sticks. I'm going to do these troops.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to do this.
Right.
I'm going to do that. I like the variety, like Dead Zone.
Yeah.
We have so many. I have enough Dead Zone stuff to play almost every faction that we have, other than Rebs, because they're not in Firefight. But I didn't mean to bring that up. I'm sorry. But everything that I have so much of it, because when I want to run 8 Pathfinders in a Dead Zone game, I have 12 Pathfinders there.
Right.
If I want to run an a Peacekeeper army, I run 8 Peacekeepers. I could do that.
Right.
I feel the same way with Kings of War or any game in general. I like the WYSIWYG. We don't mind buying stuff. We don't mind printing stuff. That's another thing too. So we'll have it. But I'm glad you asked. I really did enjoy the game. I thought it was good. It moved
we were
fast.
both talking about it.
It moves fast. It's good. I agree with what you said. I don't have a problem with the nerve. I know when we were playing games like Flames War or even Barons War, what happens is you're taking wounds, and it's like, all right, I got 2 guys left. And you roll your nerve test, and they're like, all right, we're going to get out of here. So what happens is it's like, you know, we started with 12 guys, and that's our unit. And then there's only 2 left. Like, all right, what are we going to do? Let's get out of here.
Right.
Or you roll it, and they're like, screw it, we're just going to go in and we're going to try to kill everything.
Right.
So,
but I do like how I said it's combining
there's no
health
wounds,
and
wound. There's
nerve.
no wounds. It's just the nerve, and it's like, I think for you that's the good workaround.
Yeah.
Where you're like, all right, I'm not taking wounds. That's another thing too. With this game, what I've noticed is, even though you put like say 6 wounds on the guy, their nerve is 6. You know, we had the nerve dice was there for 6, and you had to roll against it. When you're attacking back, you're at full strength. So if like one unit attacks with 12 dice, even though they have 6 on them, they still attack with 12 dice.
Right.
So I think that also, when a bigger game, like you were saying, oh, I don't want to play a bigger game, but I think it's going to move fast because guys are at full strength at all times until, you know, like they fight to the last until they dip.
Right.
And I think that'll help the game move faster. I've heard that this game moves very fast. Obviously, it did. It really did. I like the mechanics. I like the way it moves. We got to play a few more games to get the real way to do it down. But yeah, it was really fun. I mean, I enjoyed it a few times. We did it when we did the demo at Adepticon 2 years ago. I thought it was great. You know, I think now it's just time to flesh out the ranks a little bit. You know,
I mean, I would love to get the Mega Army and take that giant Titan guy.
You don't have to, because
he's in the vault. That's true.
So
I forgot about it.
I will print up 5 Titans.
Now, see,
I honestly,
now we got to go through the vault and see what we have.
Right. That's the fun part. and it's
Yeah.
getting nice out, I don't mind printing I don't like to print inside because of fumes. If you're a 3D printer, make sure you take care of yourself because it is toxic. That's resin printing, not the FDM. FDM you can put in your bed with you; it doesn't matter. The way this is playing, I like to maybe do another type of army. I like the Night Stalkers. I also like the Varangar or Northern Men or whatever,
Northern
where
Alliance.
they kind of look Vikingish.
Yeah.
I like that, but I don't know. There's
I mean, I love, you know me, I love me my goblins. I really want that Maw Pup launcher. I just love that model.
And then also we played them with in Armada. The orcs take it. It's I don't know what it's called, the Winged.
Yeah,
the Winged fighter. It looks like it's got the pug nose.
The wing nut.
Yeah, I think
whatever.
That's cool.
But I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
The ones that like kind of, as I was looking through the book the other night, preparing to play, you know, obviously the goblins. I mean, Forces of Nature look cool, and even the Trident Realm look cool. But I believe from what people were saying at Adepticon when I was buying this, like they were like, well, I think like the Trident Realm and the Forces of Nature, they kind of like they both can take elementals, they can take salamanders, they can take like the tree people in Forces of Nature, but then there's frog people in Trident Realm, so like they're kind of an amalgamation, which is similar to Rebs.
A lot of stuff
which is a bunch of different.
A lot of stuff you mentioned is in the vault,
right?
So
yeah,
but what you do is buy the stuff that's not in the vault, like the main stuff, and then those fringe things we can print up.
Right. So, I mean, yeah. Final verdict is that I like it. I will do want to expand upon Kings of War.
We could even, if you want, we got enough stuff. Everything's built, so we could just play another game with the built stuff.
Right.
We're not filming, so we could do it without painted, and then I can get to work on that.
Yeah.
You know, because I do enjoy it. I like to do a battle report one day, maybe. You know, because as we do battle reports and you guys comment, we get better at the games, which is thank God.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed it a lot too. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, guys,
almost board game timing. Like we got through it pretty quick, and it was exciting. The whole game was exciting.
But I you know, and I know we know a lot of people that play Kings of War. Just drop the advice or whatever you think, like, what should I buy for goblins? What do you think Coach should buy for either dwarves or Northern Alliance or whatever, or your ogre army?
Yes.
Or for me, for like Forces of
Nature. Old ogre army that I'm dying to open up because I have the paint scheme I've been wanting to do for years, and now I'm going to do it.
So drop all that down in the comments below. You know, and then we'll see what happens in the future.
Bring some more Kings of War.
So I guess that answers the question: if should we play Kings of War? I think that
I'm down to play. I'm down to play every game. It's just you're the hard nut to crack.
So guys, there's videos on the screen that you can check out, and our link tree is linked in the description. It has links to our social media pages, our podcast, our Discord. Join the Discord, our Patreon page if you want to help support the channel. And that's it. Guys, we'll see you in the next one.